What's up, Blue Jay fans? Rob Scott of the Jay Talking Podcast, back with another game day recap. First one in 2023, opening day today in St. Louis. St. Louis playing an AL team for the first time on opening day. What a game. To sit and log this whole thing was quite time-consuming, but it was so worth it in the end. We saw so many pitching changes, so many lead changes. I want to jump right into it. I had some notes written, but I'm not going to go through them all because I want to go through every inning, half inning by half inning. And I hope you stick with me because it was worth it. And we want to talk about some things that happened and how they played out and what we might look for toward the season. So on the hill today, we had Alek Manoah, 16-7, 2.24 ERA last year with a 0.99 WHIP versus Miles Mikolas, 12-13. Unlucky 12-13 last year, 3.29 ERA, 1.7 WHIP. Both of those guys coming off all-star appearances. Miles is a 34-year-old veteran, might best be described as being inconsistent in his career. He led the league in wins one year and then led the league in losses the following year. He's had some good ERAs and some very average ERAs. So I thought that coming in that the Blue Jays had an advantage over this guy as a veteran, as a 34-year-old, because of his inconsistency. I would say you don't know what you're going to get, despite whether he's solid all 1 year throughout the whole year or not. Overall, he's been inconsistent. Alek Manoah earns his first opening day start as a 25-year-old. The Blue Jays ace. He's a bona fide ace on this team. Over his career, he's 25-9, 2.60 career ERA, and a sparkling 1.01 WHIP. So it was exciting to see him get his first opening day start. The lineups, the Blue Jays featured their A-list lineup, of course. It was notable to see Dalton Varsho in the 4 spot. Most of the spring, we saw Belt at 4, Varsho at 6. It was nice to see that flip. That's what I hoped for. That's what I expected when he was signed. Belt is not, shouldn't be in that position ahead of him, considering the power and what you want to see out of the 4. So that was nice. The Jays' offense last year ranked 4th overall in runs scored, and you can expect the same this year, anywhere from 2 to 5, I would say, in there. And the Cardinals also a very good team, deep, consistent, good in all areas. Their offense very strong, and NL Central favorite, this team. So it was a very good matchup on the first day. Let's get right into it again. Let's go inning by inning. Top of the first, Blue Jays, George Springer leads it off with a single. Bo comes up, singles to center field. Vladdy flies out, advances Springer to third. Varsho, first at bat, didn't have a great spring, doubles with an RBI, brings in an RBI. Kirk then a soft floater to center field. That scored 2. Blue Jays up 3-0. Belt flies out. Chappie with a weak single. You saw that a lot today, a lot of weak singles. It was really incredible. And then Witt ended with a K. 3-0. Top of the first for the Jays. Bottom of the first, Manoah on the hill. Brandon Donovan singled. Bo right away with a throwing error. Wasn't even close. Sailed it over first base. And then he got to second on that play. Nootbaar walked. So runners on first and second, nobody out. Goldschmidt 3-2, struck out on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Arenado then came up and singled, drove in a run that made it 3-1. Contreras got out. O'Neill got out 3-1 in the bottom of after 1. Second inning, Kiermaier, first at bat as a Blue Jay. He got out. Springer, bloop single. Bichette, RBI double to right field. Vladdy, hit by pitch. That makes it 4-1 now. Varsho, K's on a big breaking ball, and Kirk flies out. Bottom of the second, Nolan Gorman K's. Tommy Edmonds singles to center field. Donovan with a hard liner, a great catch by Springer to rob and save a run on that play. And Lars Nootbaar grounds out. That's 4-1 after 2. Into the third, Belt K's. Chappie singles to center. Witt K's. Kiermaier K's. We're now looking like the pitchers are starting to settle down a little bit. At least Mikolas. That's what I don't know how do you pronounce it. Mikolas. So we go to the bottom of the third. 4-1 Jays. Paul Goldschmidt with a weak pop-up. Nolan Arenado, 1 pitch. Flies out to center field. Again, things are looking like they're settled down until they don't. Contreras comes up, singles to left center. Tyler O'Neill, the Canadian, with a 2-run home run on a sinking fastball. I could tell by this point, well, I could tell by the first and the second, Manoah was not in control of his pitches. He was not erratic, but he was missing in the strike zone and out of the strike zone. Both home runs he gave up today were caught way too much of the plate. And then the rookie in his major league debut, Jordan Walker, he was out on a comeback. Or excuse me, I missed Nolan Gorman singled after the Tyler O'Neill home run. Then Walker out on the comebacker. That's 4-3 after 3. We're now in the back and forth punching of this game. Top of the fourth, Springer hits a weak single to right. Bo K's Vladdy singles through the right side. That pushes Springer to third. He advances to second on the play. Heads up running by Vladdy on that. There's then a pitching change. Zach Thompson, the left-hander, comes in. But Varsho takes him opposite field on a sac fly RBI. That makes it 5-3. Kirk K's to end the inning. Go to the bottom of the fourth. Tommy Edman chops a single to third. Brandon Donovan follows up with a 2-run home run. We're right back at it. 5-5 now. Lars Nutbar grounds out. This is the end of Manoah. After he walks Goldschmidt, Zach Pop comes in, and he immediately gets Nolan Ariando to ground into a double play. So we're 5-5 after 4. It has not been a good start for either of these pitchers. Disappointing for Manoah, but it's one start. This is only the fifth time in his short career that he has not made it 5 innings. So disappointing, but again, first start, doesn't matter. Top of the fifth, tied 5-5. Zach Thompson still in. He K's Belt, he K's Chappie, and Witt with a ground out. 5-5, top of fifth, bottom of fifth now. Zach Pop still in. He gets Wilson Contreras to K, gets Tyler O'Neill to ground out. Pitching change. Eric Swanson comes in. We see him for the first time in the regular season. He K's Gorman. That ends it still 5-5. Top 6 now. Zach Thompson still pitching. He singles. Kevin Kiermaier comes in, singles off him. That brings in a pitching change. Drew Verhagen comes in. He K's Springer. Bo then singles again. Vladdy grounds out. Kiermaier to third. Another pitching change. Andre Paulette gets Varsho to ground out and ends the threat. 5-5. Bottom of the 6th. Swanson still on the hill. He gets Jordan Walker to K again. Tommy Edman grounds out to third. Pitching change. So Swanson's pitching really well at this point. Good strong inning. Take him out. Bring in Tim Meza. What does Tim Meza do? He faces Brandon Donovan, gives up a single to left. Faces Lars Nutbar, single to left. Then Paul Goldschmidt, RBI single to right. They now take the lead. Meza's day's done. Another pitching change. Anthony Bass in. Schmidt steals second base. Runners second and third. Nothing happens, though. He gets Nolan Ariando again to ground out to third. 6-5 Blue Jays. Oh, excuse me. The hell did I just do there? No, that's Paul Goldschmidt's RBI gave them the 6-5 lead. So it's 6-5 Cardinals now after 6 innings. Back and forth. Top 7th. Andre Palante still in. Kirk grounds out. Belt doubles. Pinch runner Nathan Lucas comes in. Makes his major league debut. He scores on a Chapman single. Now 6-6. But Chapman's thrown out trying to steal after that. Merrifield walks. Kiermaier grounds out. That ends the threat. Bottom of 7th, Anthony Bass still in. He gives up a single to Contreras. O'Neill walks. Pitching change, Adam Simber. Walks Gorman. So we now got bases loaded. And Jordan Walker, fielder's choice RBI, makes it 7-6. Cardinals take the lead back again. We're back and forth, back and forth. Edman comes up. He grounds out. Vladdy comes, made a nice play to save a run. And then Donovan pops up to end the inning. 7-6 Cardinals. Top of the 8th, Jordan Hicks in, throwing 100, 102, 103 consistently on every pitch. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Velocity, it's so overstated. If you can't put your pitches where you need to put them, it doesn't matter. It's sexy, but it doesn't matter. Springer singles off him. Bo singles off him on a 103-mile-an-hour fastball. Puts it right into... So Springer singles, Bo singles. 103-mile-an-hour fastball hits Contreras right in the knee. That knocks him out of the game. Vladdy then comes in. Bloop 2-run single. 8-7 on a 103-mile-an-hour fastball from Hicks. Bo was given the stop sign on that, but he ran through it and made it easily. Varsho then Ks. Kirk grounds out. Biggio comes in to pinch hit for Lucas and draws a nice walk and a nice at-bat. Then Chapman grounds out to end it, but the Jays are up 8-7. Yimi Garcia, Yimi Garcia comes in. Lars Nootbaar with a walk. And then Goldschmidt, the dangerous MVP, he doubles to left. Nolan Ariando comes in, another dangerous, great hitter. He hits a 2-run double. Cardinals again go on top. At this point, you think it's over. They just keep coming. Andrew Knizner, pinch hitting for Contreras, who was injured the inning earlier. He pops out. O'Neill flies out on a nice sliding catch by Kiermaier. Gorman is intentionally walked, and then Walker grounds out. 9-8 Cardinals. So now we enter the ninth, top of the ninth. Ryan Helsley. Merrifield walks. Kiermaier singles to right. The bottom part of the order here, it's now first and third. A Springer with another bloop ties at 9-9. Kiermaier goes to third. Bo grounds out. Vladdy then sac fly RBI, 10-9. Varsho flies out. That's the end of the inning, but the Jays have beat Ryan Helsley, the tough closer who also just throws 100 miles an hour over and over again. Now 10-9. Bottom of the ninth, Jordan Romero comes in and makes it easy cheesy. Edmund K's on 3 pitches. Donovan Weak ground out, and then Nootbaar, he's out. And Jordan Romano ends it. Blue Jays win 10-9. What a game. What a back and forth. It was hard to believe we even saw that. Let's go over the numbers. Alek Manoah, 3 1/3 today, 9 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks on 85 pitches. Again, he wasn't erratic, but he did not have good control. He was missing left, right, by inches, which is enough. You got to be more pinpoint than that. So you could tell early he did not have it in and out of the zone. The 2 home runs he gave up were both way too much of the plate, and his night was over. The Jays threw 6 relief pitchers at the Cardinals. Zach Pop with an inning and a third, a K on 13 pitches. Eric Swanson, 1 inning, 2 Ks, 17 pitches. Again, he was taken out. I get it, the matchups left, right. But he was brought in for Mesa, who just fell apart. He did not register an out. He gave up 3 hits, 1 run on 8 pitches. Anthony Bass was a third of an inning, a hit, a walk on 13 pitches. Adam Simber, 1 inning, 1 walk, 11 pitches. Yimi Garcia did not have a good day. 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks on 21 pitches. However, he did walk away with the win. And then Jordan Romano, again, 1 inning, 1 K. He got the save. Jays bullpen overall, 5 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, 4 Ks. Neither bullpen was good in this game. Miles Mikolas, 3 1/3, 10 hits, 5 runs, no walks, 6 Ks on 90 pitches. Zach Thompson, inning 2/3, 1 hit, 3 Ks. He did pitch well on 23 pitches. Drew Verhagen, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 K, 16 pitches. Andre Palante, 1 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 24 pitches. Jordan Hicks, again, throw all the heat you want if you can't do anything with it. He tossed an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 1 K on 27 pitches. Ryan Helsley, 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 24 pitches. He took the loss. Cardinals bullpen tossed 5 2/3, 9 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and 5 Ks. At the bat, Blue Jays recorded a record 19 hits. They walked 3 times, struck out 11, left 26 men on base. Springer, 5 for 6 today. 4 runs, 1 RBI. Bo Bichette, 4 for 6, 2 runs, 1 RBI. Vladdy, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Varsho, 1 for 5, 2 ribbies, Kirk 1 for 5, 2 ribbies. Chapman 3 for 5, 1 ribby. Kiermaier 2 for 5, big hit at the end, along with the walk by Whit Merrifield. He scored a run. Cardinals collected 15 hits, 2 home runs, 1 steal, 6 walks, 8 Ks. They left 24 men on base. Donovan was 3 for 6 with a home run, scored 3, drove in 2. Paul Goldschmidt 2 for 4, 1 run, 1 RBI. Nolan Ariando 2 for 5, 3 ribbies. Tyler O'Neill. Hi, I'm recording something. Okay, so I guess we're gonna. Hey, everybody, this is my son Turner.
Hi, it's me, Turner.
I'm just finishing reading this up. Just let me finish. Jordan Walker with his major league debut. He was 1 for 5 with a ribby, so good for him. Tyler O'Neill, I don't know if I mentioned that as my son walked in the door. He homered the Canadian, drove in 2, and Tommy Edman was 2 for 5 with a run. Some final notes here. Alek Manoah again didn't make it 5 innings. Only the 5th time in his career he hasn't gone 5. The defense. Let's talk about the defense a little bit because I think this is going to be a big thing for this year in a couple ways. Defense outside of Bo was very good. Vladdy made a big play. Springer made a big catch. And Kiermaier made a nice catch. All of those plays saved a run. Now, Bo Bichette, he did not give up a run, but he made 2 throwing errors. Vladdy saved him on 1. And on the first play of the game, he sailed it over first base. That runner did come in to score, but it wasn't really because of the error. They walked a batter right after that, and then someone drove him in. So that was the game today. The Blue Jays won 10-9. It was so exciting. It was back and forth. And, you should have saw it. So, anyway, do you want to say a final note? I'm signing off.
Yep. Well, if one makes a booties sucks.
What? How dare you? How dare you say such a thing? He's a Red Sox fan. Anyway, thank you for joining me. It was a terrific game. I hope you sat through this because I think it was fun to really go over all of the things that happened, all of the plays. Thank you very much for joining me. We'll see you later.
And good defense.
Good defense. Take care.